welcome back to our next adventure. We are here at Universal. We're walking through City Walk, and we're going to give you, what do we determine, 6 or 7, I guess it's 6 tips to beat the Florida heat. Unfortunately, today's not the best day for it because it's kind of overcast and it's not as hot as it has been.
It's still hot.
It's still hot, but not as hot as it has been. So, but we'll definitely be able to give you these tips. We could have used them last week, but today, here's our top 6 tips to beat the Florida heat at Universal Studios.
Number 1, and probably the most obvious, is to stay hydrated. It's so humid and it gets so hot down here in Florida. It's not unusual for the heat index to be in triple digits, especially like in the last week or so. July is the hottest month of the year. Get a bottle of water. Now, what I'll say is, tip number 1B, I guess, this bottle of water was $6. So what I will tell you is, if you bring your own refillable mug, or better yet, buy one of the refillable mugs that they have here in the parks, they will give you water out of any of the Coke machines for free. So bring your own refillable mug. We just did not think about it this morning. So here we are spending $6 on a regular size bottle of water.
The next tip is to visit the tribute store. Go shopping anywhere you can go to go inside. Right now we can visit the great, awesome Jurassic Park tribute store, but most times of the year there is going to be a tribute store. It's a great place to get out of the heat and cool off for a few minutes. Oh no, they're not resetting.
Oh no. Okay, so tip number 3 is to utilize rides that have indoor queues or are indoor rides. So if you actually look at the list of rides in Universal Studios Florida, most of them are actually indoors. So you're going to have indoor rides, indoor queues, or take a break, go see a show like the Born Spectacular. This one's awesome. But it gets you off your feet. It takes you out of the heat for a little while. And y'all, Universal AC, hard to beat.
All right, tip number 4 is to make sure you plan out your day. That encompasses a couple things. You're staying at a Universal resort, make sure you arrive at the park early. Maximize that time before the hottest time of the day. Midday, either plan a trip back to your resort if you're staying here, plan a meal around 2-3 o'clock somewhere like Mythos. Other side is stay late in the day. As the day goes on, it gets cooler. You just want to maximize those times when the weather is not its hottest. So, to recap, plan out your day. Arrive to the park early, break midday, either back at the hotel or with a dining reservation, and make sure you stay late and maximize those times when it's not the hottest. Because it will be hot, and it's hot all day, but it's definitely hotter midday.
Okay, and tip number 5 is to stop and get a cold snack, ice cream, or our personal favorite, frozen butterbeer. You can do cold, but frozen is just superior, and you should know that. But this is another great option to help beat the heat.
Hot's the best, but just not good for the hot drink.
Well, yeah, okay. So if we're talking cold versus frozen, frozen's definitely great on a July afternoon. Oh my God, there's nothing better.
The final option, if all else fails, is over here at Islands of Adventure. They have a lot of different options to help you stay cool. What you can do is find and ride one of the water rides. So there's also going to be splash pads throughout the park and other areas you can get wet. Of course, you can stand right here where I am right now, and the water will spray. Yeah, nice little mist. It's not too bad. I think Bree just got wet holding the camera. So, but yeah, final tip and tip number 6: get wet.
The hair has gone up in a top knot, so you know it has been a hot day. But just wanted to recap our top 6 tips for how to beat the heat at Universal Orlando. So number 1 was, of course, stay hydrated. The super obvious one. Drink water, 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 water. More than you think you need. You are sweating so much. Number 2 was take advantage of the AC in the stores, in, the Tribute store, wherever you can go inside and enjoy the AC. Also, enjoying the AC was getting the rides that have the indoor queues or are inside. Pretty much anything in Universal Studios Florida are going to be those indoor rides for you. So take advantage of those. And then next one was plan your day out. I know you're on vacation. You don't want to think about it. You just want to go with the flow. You're like my husband. It's totally fine, right? But I promise you, it'll make a difference. If you're staying at a Universal resort, take advantage of that early park admission. It's a perk of paying for a Universal hotel. Take advantage of it. And that's coming from a TA. It does benefit to stay on property. But then also, take those midday breaks between 2 and 4. Take a late lunch. Get a reservation. Sit down. Get off your feet for a little while. And then, or you could go back to your hotel. Spend some time in the pool, right? That's the perfect time of day to be in the pool. Maybe go back, take a nap if you've got the kiddos with you. Or come back out when it starts to get dark or it cools down. So 5 o'clock on, it does start to cool down a little bit. Take advantage of cold snacks, ice cream, butterbeer, ices, slushies, whatever it is. That'll help cool down your internal temperature so it's not so bad. And then last but not least, get on those water rides, y'all. I mean, what better way to cool down than to actually be wet as you walk through the parks? But that is going to be it for us today. Thank you so much for sticking around. Anything else you want to add, honey?
Enjoy your weekend.
Enjoy your weekend, y'all. Bye.